G'day punters and welcome to the Wild West. We're brought to you by Betfair Australia. We're looking to upgrade our audio quality this week, Crip, with a little bit of a mic. This is about as technologically advanced as us two lads get. But I tell you what, I'm not sure why I'm sitting this close to you today, Crip, because I'm getting burnt. This man is on fire, absolutely turned one on last weekend. Headlined by Scooter's Machine. But Crip, easy game?
Well, I did say on the show last week that I'd had a losing month to start the year, so yeah, it was nice to sort of kick things into gear, I guess, for 2021. So.
You can never keep a good man down, can you? As well, I'll tell you what, when someone's at a low ebb of the nature of D Crips, I reckon that's when you want to jump on cripsracing.com and get involved. So absolutely on fire last week. I'll talk about my horror show first, just to get that out of the way. We kicked off, we both did, so I'll just take this one for you. We'll just talk about, you can just have positivity. Peppy Jack. This will sound funny. I've had 4 races I've tipped in. We haven't had a collect, but I'm actually really happy with what we've done. Peppy Jack's 550 into 340, 350 type thing. First horse beaten on the turn on a day where you wanted to probably be rolling out in front. Came again, was in front past the line. Really weird type of run. The one thing I can pick up from that run is Peppy Jack was a muck lather. And I went back through his previous 5 or 6 runs, and that's never been the case. So I dare say there were some issues in the yard. Potential for give, but we got the price, didn't get the job done. Comfort Me came out in the next. Again, tipped at about 420, started about 340. Matty worked hard, almost trying to hold out. That's funny as, then took a sit, took a bit of the running rail. My read of the track on the day, Crip, was that the running horses in run with cover on the fence was off to some degree. So a lot of people will probably pot Comfort Me and say been willing under the right situation to still consider Comfort Me this preparation. Luke's Choice was, again, tipped about $18, started 11, 12 on Betfair. Money came, one of the best runs of the day, ran the quickest last 200. She was just in a different ballpark when the race got serious around the bend, so we could have win from there. Snipperucci, the horse I declared that couldn't lose, broke a leg. So I'm not laughing at that. No, it's not funny at that. But
commiserations to connections, but hopefully...
Yes. Hopefully she comes back
Yeah,
happy and healthy. But gee whiz, the only positive to come from that race was Be Optimistic, the one we touched on. My runner ran third, which we were pretty excited about. I wasn't smart enough to back it for the place at $20 a hole. But yeah, we've got to be a chance going to Karrakatta, I reckon. So
it's not really no clubhouse leader, is there?
Not at all, mate. Not at all. So not a big day for me. We got the prices. Not all that displeased with how I punted, but tell us about it. Skip Peppy Jack. Pretend it didn't even happen.
It was on Peppy Jack, but luckily also like Bogart in the race, so he got out to really nice.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Really nice
saved.
Price, sort of $7-8 on the fair. So yeah, made it an okay result. Then went to Scooter's Machine. Actually had some concerns whether he could win from the breeze, and ended up. I said it last week. I said Sea Wave could be the fly in the ointment, which is exactly what happened. Kicked up, which meant Scooters got caught 3 deep, but yeah, it just didn't matter. He just kept finding, and
gee whiz,
pretty dominant win, to be honest.
You know it's your day when Scooter sits 3 deep the trip and kicks clear and wins like that, don't you?
Yeah. Sort of close to $20 on the fair late, so that was a good result. And then just Gemma's son, good ride by the Pontiff. You could just tell he just wanted to keep the one on his inside on the fence, and he stayed there. And then when Luke's other one came across, and yeah, he sat it in the breeze and
I could imagine that was a fairly easy watch.
It was, yeah.
I think I was the only person in Western Australia that didn't mark that $1.80 and absolutely load it. So, well tipped, mate. Let's hope we can continue that form into this week.
Yeah.
Rides of the week. I'm giving it a double to Lucy Warwick. I like the way she got London Miss across from an awkward alley and Heavenly Waters. Heavenly Waters didn't win the race, but tremendous ride, getting cover and making Export Man really earn it. So a double riding award. Yep. We get little slips printed and email them out to the jockeys. So what do you reckon? Yeah, a little trophy. But a double to Lucy. Who's your ride?
Yep, I'm giving mine to Peter Hall on Barra Magic. I think sort of want to have a little pot at Mitch as well, because I just hate jockeys that go too slow.
Isn't there a new segment coming?
Yeah, I haven't. This could nearly be it.
We need a graphic for it as well.
Yeah.
Jen?
To be confirmed. But yeah, Mitch was trying to walk him in the staying race, and Hall, he's a cagey rider. He said, no, I'm not having any of this. Mid-race move, caught Mitch napping, and it probably was the difference between they ran first and second, but I reckon if Mitch goes a bit faster, he would have won the race.
Yeah, you could say that Peter Hall pulled their pants down a little bit, couldn't you?
Well done, Hawley. And my horse to follow, Mystery Man in the 3-year-old feature. We talk about that cold rail.
Yeah.
Got caught on a horse that was going backwards on the turn. Finally got off its back and hit the line pretty good, I thought.
You mean George Dupre?
That's it.
This is basically one of the biggest black book meetings that I've come up with for quite a while. So I think you said something similar. So going forward, that's quite exciting. We might be able to find a couple at quotes going forward, but I'm going to give it to Cousin Ivan. Lumped a big weight, went back to the inside pad, which I think was a bit of a query, and really found the line nicely, running the quickest last two. So Cousin Ivan, second goal to staying journey this trip, should be really hard to beat. Next time out, Crip.
Very good. All right, that's Magic Millions done and dusted for another year. Back to Ascot. I'm personally not overly enthused about the card, but Terry's found a couple.
They don't want to hear from me, Crip.
Terry's found a couple early. We'll do the 2 features, and then we both, I think as a both, we both like a couple in the last that we can round out the day with. So rail at 2 metres, wins.
What do you reckon?
I reckon he'll be on pace.
Do you? It's the first time they've used the pad in 5 weeks.
Yep.
So, it's unsure. It's playing really fair at the moment, though, isn't it?
Yeah, fair at worst.
Yeah.
Sort of that slight on-pace advantage as per usual. All right, Terry, race 5.
Race number 5, over the 1,800 metres. I think this is a race full of horses I'm happy to take on to some degree. No Surrender's been up for a long time. Queen Takes King is off 35 days. Missed a race a fortnight ago with a hoof abscess. Big Butterboom visits town for the first time after dominating his opposition down at Mount Barker and Albany. Do you remember I tipped that to you? Well, I don't know if I tipped it to you, but I mentioned it about 5 starts ago at about 20-30 to 1.
Did it win?
Ran second, right? It's won its next 4 since. You are absolutely, and it's won against Camden. You are kidding me, aren't you? Deary me. Anyway, can't have any of them. Can't have enduring moment up to the 1,800 metres. And I think Beat the Bro is simply low flying. Very quickly go through Beat the Bro's campaign. Excuse me. First up, so it's had 6 starts. He's had 6 starts this campaign. I'm going to go through all 6 for you as well. Okay. First up, ran second on a cold rail at Bunbury. It was easily the best run of the day. Then went to Ascot, was beaten by Dark Mission, probably a moral beating that day from the White Alley. Went back to the country, carried 61.5. Alan Kennedy tried to circle the field from about the 800 with 61.5. Understandably popped late. Came out a week later. And won in the country. It was a nice win. Really like the way he strode out late. To me, he's a horse that's always doing his best work. Over the last couple of hundred, this campaign in particular, he's doing his best work over the last couple of hundreds. Came out back to Ascot in the race, won by No Surrender, was held up the entirety. Last week, 7 days ago, that was off a month's break. The race won by That's Funny As, motored along, sat deep, the trip out the back. No right to hit the line like he did over the 1,400 metres. To me, this looks like a bloke this campaign that is dying for the 1,800. I can't have any of these. I think Harvey is best getting him rolling at the 600. I want this ridden like the best horse, like a big, tough, middle distance to staying type conveyance, and I'm really, really super keen at around that $4 mark. I've unashamedly marked him $2.30, and I'm gonna be having a whack here, I think. Crip.
Good stuff. It's funny you say if this race was over a mile, I'd be with you. I'd be chips in, Beat the Bro. I don't even know if it's a query. Well, yeah, it is a query. I have a slight reservations on the 1,800 metres just because there was a day back in, when was it? Let me get it up. Where's the Lavina race? Back in July last year, over 17, just over 14. No, sorry, Fura race. Over 1,700. And I wasn't sure. I thought he peaked on his run over 1,700. And for that reason, it's just enough doubt in my mind to stay out. But
went for a spell straight after.
Yep.
That's the one thing I forgive a little bit.
I marked him 360, so I can't really argue with you. But if I was to have a bet in this race, it'd be Eurasia, but just didn't draw a gate. So probably has to go back to last. And double figures is if he gets a 10 out of 10 ride from Shooter and somehow doesn't go back to last and slots in, I think he can win. But not going to find out.
Shooter could ride a rocking horse at the moment as well, couldn't he?
It's going well.
Anyway, Beat the Bro for me. Very keen, as I've made bit nervous about being very keen at the moment. Horses are being injured on my keenness at the minute. So race number 6, me again. I promise you will hear from Dan soon. Dan, feels weird calling you Dan. I'm keen on one here at a bit of a price. When I say keen, it is very speculative. It's touching $40 with a lot of agencies at the minute. Boyish. I'm actually tipping Boyish. This isn't an Origin preview. This isn't a York preview. This is an Ascot Saturday preview. Boyish. I think most map makers will have Boyish out in front rolling along here. You got Tommy Blue, Glasgow Girl, Sir Mambo, Lipstick Flickers and Angry Annie, who all have some speed, but none have the speed to match Boyish early. So Boyish finds the top really comfortably. And I reckon with the 51 kilos, I love the fact that Simone Altieri off, Carleen on. So you're probably getting the jockey upgrade and the 3 kilos. 51, this has a lot of Crandon 6 months ago when we threw Crandon out and Crandon led throughout. It's not a horse you'd associate with Saturday grade, as I have mentioned. But if you go back to, say, he raced 6 days ago on a wet track. If you look at all of his previous runs on wet tracks, he has gone horribly. He's been beaten out of sight on every occasion. That was by far, it's probably 6-7 lengths above a PB on his previous 6 goes on the wet surfaces. And a lot of those times he's actually been in form, or been in form for him, I think, to some degree. So to me, he just cannot swim. Gets back to the dry here. His previous 2 efforts, they were in nothing great. He's won at Narrogin and he's won at Bunbury. That win at Bunbury, though, I just love the way he got through the 1,100 metres. He's been a horse traditionally that I've associated when doing my deep country form. I'm just backing him over the 9:30 at Narrogin, and we don't really want to sort of get stuck into him past that. But he was super over the 1,100 metres. He finds the top. He drops 9.5 kilos on his last run. I've got knocks on a lot of the horses behind him. I don't know if Tommy Blue's come back. Lipstick Flickers missed a run. Double the Pro, Alien from Mars, Amelia's Contreras going super, but they all get quite well back. Look, this could pop on the bend, but I'm pretty keen here. 51 kilos out in front rolling. Let's have something on Boyish each way. Be surprised if he starts anywhere near that sort of price.
What price is your market?
You know, this is I've marked this race a little bit ambitiously. I've got Boyish at $3.50. So
good. Do you use the?
I did it myself. I marked the race myself and I had him longer, but I marked him with GTX as well. But I rarely do that. But we got him pretty thin.
What's that strategy where the bigger the overs, the more you bet?
I will, and that's what I'll do. I'll back this like it is the $3.50 pop, which is silly, which is a little bit silly. I don't know if I'll be recommending that every day of the week, but no, I think you can run a big race from the top crip. You agree? What'd you mark him? 450?
Yeah, about that. Nah, it's funny. He does. His best ratings are really good, but they're sort of just in like 46 pluses. So didn't know you were going to tip him.
Time is time, though, isn't it? When you've got a front running horse, time is time, and there's no reason. I believe he's in career best form that he doesn't run a PB with the best jockey he's had on him for a long time.
Yep. Well, he's not out of his grade or anything. He's a 60 and a 60 plus.
Yes,
so.
And just actually, there's another point I wanted to make. Sorry, Crib. He actually, after those 2 big wins, 1 by 5 at Narrogin, 1 by nearly 3 at Bunbury, he only copped 3 points in total. He was a 57 rated mare, 57 rated gelding, 5 starts ago, and he's now only a 60. So he's actually been weighted, really appropriately in that sense. 51 out in front, rolling. Let me be on each way at the $30-$40 every day of the week.
I like it. Now, I've again, no strong opinion in this race. For gun to head, I'll throw 2 out. That will be expecting to trade healthy double figures. Sweet Strawberry, who is flying, has been getting too far back, draws better in a big field to be midfield. And the other one was Double the Pro from the Fernie camp. For the replay watchers out there, it'd be Christmas has
tough.
Christmas has come early. It's held up the entirety last start, and his best is good enough to win a race like this. But from barrier 3, he'll be back and in the ruckus, so we need luck. But there's probably going to trade 30 plus slope.
It's a good race to attack a couple of roughies, actually, because all the favourites do look slightly susceptible. So good luck if you're having a bet there. Anyway, we move on to the 2 feature races of the day. Not overly bullish on anything in either of them. More so looking forward to the 3-year-old race from a viewing point of view. But Crip, how are you attacking the Cyril Flower?
Yeah, it's a funny old race. Like, I had Caracapo on top, but he's about 270 around the traps, and I couldn't get him anywhere near that price. No. But again, just a race I just couldn't get excited about. We actually haven't spoken about this one either. So, any love for Darty?
No, I don't have any. I was hoping you mentioned another roughie that you might have considered, but I've marked Darty 12, sort of around that price. For me, map-wise, what are you doing with Darty? At best, are we finding the breeze outside Mervyn and then it's doing the work first up? I don't know.
Might just what are your guess on the 1-1? Just slot him in the 1-1.
Just give him the 1-1. They all get him, don't they, as well? It works for him.
Thinking that huge query with the gate, but thought his trial was good and his best figures really stack up for a race like this. He was the one. If I had to bet, I'd be on Darty, but probably won't be on at all.
How have you marked this race? Have you marked Caracapo favourite or have you got Saraceno on top?
$4 favourite.
Yeah, Saraceno?
Saraceno 5, but has missed a kick last 2 starts.
I think from the inside barrier, Sean McGrady might be able to muscle him up and find a spot closer. He has led in the past, so he's a hard horse to get a hold of. But geez, you're brave taking $4.20 about a horse that's won 4 of 40 odds. So Lockroy, any love, Mitch, going on for Jerry? Thought it was huge last start.
Yeah, it was a good run. Another one that was in my market, but not. Yeah, but it's currently above my price, but not.
It's the same for me, yeah.
Just no interest, really.
Yeah, no, I'm the same as you. So good luck if you're having a bet here, and good luck to the Taylors. Good luck to Lockie as well. He can go and bring Caracapo in a black type winner, maybe.
Do you think Jade go a bit slower on Mervyn this time?
I'd suspect so, but I thought that would happen last time as well. I actually spoke to Luke. He's pretty confident the horse won't lay off and roll off the fence again. And the fact he was only beaten 2 lengths, and he rolled off, probably cost him a length as well. So Mervyn's one of those blokes that on his day, he's just got a little bit more heart and a little bit more guts, and he can give a kick and be hard to run down. But
I just love to, his strength is going fast, so you don't want to choke him. I just love to see him just go just a little bit slower and give him every chance to run at 1200.
Yeah, if it turns into that type of race, I mean, we've just about discussed every horse here, so I may as well finish them off. But if it turns into a race like the last time they met, the Scenic Blast, where Mervyn and Caracapo were stopping Flirtini, Samizdat, Saraceno, flying at them late, the horse that can run the big final sectional, it's not one I'll be able to come at, is Cryptic Love. He's the one that can run the big last 200. I find it hard to come at a 78 rated galloper and an 88 plus,
Yeah,
So, but he's got home with Celebrity Queen a few times. So
yeah, exactly. Christy Bennett is flying, but she had her time again. She really stuffed that right up for a horse that just needs to be ridden cold. Just drop your hands out of the gates and get last. And she rode him on speed 3D. You can absolutely rule a line through that run. And would love to see Joey sit last and see how she powers home.
Yeah, if it has, as I said, if it has the same shape, it'll be very interesting how that does run. But good luck if you're having a bet. Difficult race to find a winner or find some value at least. Race 8 though, Crip, we've got a scratching here. Magical Dream has come out, which I'm quite disappointed about because she was $4.40 and I had her closer to $10.
That's exact. I had her $10 and Magical Dream coming out has turned me from having potentially backing Western Empire to now being a no-bet race.
Yeah. So. Sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's a disappointing scratching. I reckon that would have been one of my lays on Twitter on Betfair as well. I reckon that would have hopped out the gates to $9-10, and while Western Empire was probably the supported runner. Look, from a speed point of view, Salaya goes forward. You'd think probably leads. MTA's off a freshen up, whether they're desperate to hold the top open. I don't know what the plan will be there with MTA, but Salaya goes forward. Western Empire parks on them, kissing all 4 cheeks out the back. I don't know. Western Empire's got to be hard to beat.
Yep. I had Western Empire $3 yesterday. I missed it $4.20 and there was $3.50. And I was umming and ahhing about it. But then, like we said, when the scratching came out, Western Empire, for me, now comes into $2.80 and the price comes into $2.80. So it's just,
It's unlikely it's one we'll get a better price on with a little spruik around about it at the moment as well. So,
Bob doesn't take his horses to Melbourne if they're no good. Exactly so just the fact that he's thinking about it, I think everyone's comparing him to Superstorm last year, and probably is a fair comparison. They're both they were a bit raw. He didn't run into Kingston Town, but Superstorm, like he should have, or if he got a start, but Superstorm was the same, raw and talented, and once he works it all out, he'd be a serious horse.
I was on course the day that Superstorm lost a maiden at $1.20 to Mr. Cunifer. How about that, eh? It's a fair old progression, I think, within 6 months to All-Star Mile runner-up from losing a maiden at Bunbury. Yeah. We head to the last, and finally...
Speaking of
Sorry.
Yeah, well, Elite Street losing to Murphy Music, so I'll just use that to say good luck to Elite Street racing on the weekend.
Yeah. Really excited to see how Danny goes to the Elite Street. He knows how to travel a horse, Danny Morton as well. So, fingers crossed we can have some more interstate success for WA. Finally, we get to hear from D. Cripps, one that we're both pretty keen on. You're more so bullish, but fits in nicely, actually, from a naming point of view with the Wild West, doesn't it, to some degree?
It does. It's the omen bet of the week, you reckon?
Give us the winner of the last, Crip.
All right.
Give us one at a price too.
It is. So it's just high teens at the moment, and that horse is Guns of Navarone. Now, look, this is a tough race, capacity field, 1,000-metre dash with an abundance of speed. Now, this galloper resumed first up. He's an 81 rater. They ran him in the listed race a fortnight ago. It's a 90-plus race, so he was well out of his grade. Ran really well. Only beaten 3.5 lengths.
Carted him up too.
Yeah, beat horses like Essential Spice. Beat that horse home as I think 96 rater. So, really good run. Now, he drops from a 90-plus to a 66-plus, which you just don't see very often. Loves the distance, loves the track, goes good second up, is as consistent as they come. Like, I think he's placed 20 odd out of 40 odd starts. Last prep, he was a 78 plus winner. So now he gets in a 66 plus with the in-form apprentice of the state, Rails Ramoli. So he only gets him with 58.5. Maps well to sit just behind him. And actually, I can't believe the price, to be honest. I thought he looked I would have had him high single figures probably.
I think he's going to be a pretty popular horse as well. So I think the current quote does look really nice. As you mentioned, he gets in 90 down to a 66 plus. He should be going up 12 kilos, just goes up 4.5. And Lactar's leaving soon, I believe, leaving WA soon. So we've got to take advantage of this claim while we still have it. It's a free 3 kilos when Lactar goes on a lot of the time. This is a sticky map. There's going to be a stack of speed in the race. He's the one with good gate speed, can land near him. To be beaten 3.5 with the work he did last start, the Scenic Blast, is quite incredible. He had 2 good trials before that. I haven't got him super short. I've marked him around about $8, but at $17 each way, it's just such a simple play here, isn't it?
It's a $6 field sort of race, which is always going to be the case when you've got the capacity lineup, but you just I can't really find a chink in his armour. And just because there's sort of $4 plus available for the drum, and he rarely runs a bad race. So
you know the old saying, they don't win out of turn. Do you know what he does? He wins out of turn as well. He rarely wins at a short price. His last 3 victories would all be at a reasonable quote, I think you'll find. Maybe his most recent one was a small field, so not so. But the previous 2 or 3 wins, all healthy double figures. So don't be put off by that. So Guns and Navarone for you?
He hasn't run in a race lower than a 72 plus for about 9 starts. And in that time, he's won 1 and placed in 5. So... $4 a place looks good to me. I'll be backing him on a sort of 1x3 basis.
Flat each way for me, I think, but he'll be well supported.
Yep. Also, got to throw out a real mad one. Always biased when Kira's riding, but another one, Cramden, who ran an absolute cracker out of his grade last start. He's a 66 rater, ran in a 72 plus, got beat 0.4 of a length at $1,000,000 to 1. I think someone who's sitting next to me might have had a good lash, win only. But he drops back to a 66. Look, the map doesn't look ideal, but Time to Sizzle is your obvious fast one who's drawn outside.
He's missed it a couple of times too.
Yeah.
Time to Sizzle doesn't step, you could get it soft.
Yeah, exactly like that. And then say if Charlton Eddie, for whatever reason, they decided to take a sit. If Cramden was to find the front at sort of that $50 mark and $10-11 a place, look, don't hose me if he runs last, but I'll be having something very small on him at big odds.
Similar to Boyish. And for those playing at home, you can get about 2,400 to 1 for the multi Cramden all up Boyish. Wouldn't that be Saturday racing, hey? Cramden all up Boyish. Oh, dear. Well,
Mark, go for an hour.
I have to order a couple of trumpets. All right, Crip, your best of the... You only gave us one, your best of the day.
By default, I'll go with Guns of Navarone.
All right, beat the bro for me.
Yep, good stuff. All right, that will do us for this week. Bit of after last week's bumper card is probably always going to be a bit flattening when the week after a big day like the Magic Millions, but it is what it is. So enjoy the day.
We'll be out there next Thursday as well. The sales.
Oh yeah. So
We might even record from out there. No, I'm serious. We might, I reckon. We'll get someone to hold the phone for us.
Any guests on the 1-1?
We had no guests this week because we did it remote, but next week we are going to go chock full of guests. But
there you go.
Potentially Simon Miller. Pre-sales.
Nice.
We want to get Simon on. He's a big purchaser at the sales, obviously. So that's our aim at this stage. But we'll have a big name on.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
All right, beautiful. Look out for that. As always, cripsracing.com.
Get involved.
But enjoy the weekend. Punt well and punt responsibly.